guys, welcome once again to my channel. I am Victoria. If you are new here, you're highly welcome. Please join the DIY fam by clicking on the subscribe button, like my videos, share with your friends, and make sure to turn on your notification bell so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. Today we'll be learning how to make an asymmetric gown, as you can see on the thumbnail. And with me here I have my pattern master, my scissors, pencil, marker, my eraser, as well as my armhole cord. Okay, also here I have my basic bodice block as well as my basic skirt all laid out here. And if you don't know how I drafted this, I'll be putting the link in the description box so that you go ahead and watch that out. Okay, I'll be putting the link on how to draft the basic bodice as well as the basic skirt. Okay, so this is the back panel and this is the front panel for the basic bodice half scale. This is our skirt pattern. This is the front and this is the back. Okay, so I'll go ahead and set the basic skirt aside and work on the upper part of the gown. So here with me I have my basic bodice half scale. This is the front panel and I'll be starting with this one here. Okay, so the first thing to do is to get our asymmetric neckline. As you can see, I still maintain my 3x3 basic neckline here. So from here I will now go ahead and form my asymmetric neckline. So the first thing to do is to raise our armhole line by 1 inch. This is to make sure that too much of our armpit is not showing. Okay, so I'll go ahead and place a pattern paper underneath this, and I'll go ahead and tape this other side down. So I'll measure 1 inch from this chest line upwards, like so. And using my ruler, I will connect like this to the 1 inch. Here is the 1 inch. So I will go ahead and form my asymmetric neckline. I will first of all do that with my pencil to get the exact shape that I want. And I'll go ahead and use my marker pen to make the line visible once I'm satisfied with the shape I've gotten. So guys, this is the shape that I came up with. So the next thing to do is to come to this shoulder line. Okay, and I will be dividing the shoulder by 2 to get the midpoint. So once that is done, I'll go ahead and connect from this point down to my bust line. Okay, on this dot line here. So once I was done connecting, this is what it looks like. The next thing I'm going to do is to connect from this point down to this other apex point here. Okay, I will also go ahead and connect from this point to this dart leg here. So basically I'm trying to manipulate my dart in such a way that when I close this up, when I close this bust dart, the waist dart here, the bust dart and the waist dart on this other part, I'll be able to have an opening on these lines. Okay, so I'm just trying to transfer these darts to these lines here. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and cut this neckline off. So guys, I'm done getting my asymmetric neckline. So I'll go ahead and slash this line through. Okay, I will be slashing from this point down to this point. So once I'm done cutting through like this, the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and slash this line open. Okay, I will be slashing from this point to my apex point here, my bust point here. Okay, So once I'm done slashing, I will go ahead and close my waist dart as well as my bust dart. So guys, as you can see, I've successfully transferred my waist dart and bust dart to this point here. Okay, I will also go ahead and do the same thing to this other part. So I will slash from this point down to this point, and I'll go ahead and close my waist dart as well as my bust dart here. So guys, as you can see, I've successfully transferred my dart to this point and to this other point. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to grab a fresh pattern paper like so, and I'll go ahead and mark a straight line on it like so. So after that, I will bring these two pieces here, and I will place from this waist dart on this piece to meet this point here, and I'll go ahead and tape that part down using my masking tape. I will tape it down like so. I will also face this other place that I transferred my waist dart and my bust dart to on this part, and I'll make sure that it's facing this other part like so, making sure that the edge of it here is meeting on this point here, and I'll go ahead and tape that part down as well. So basically guys, what I did was to make sure that the points or the lines that I transferred my bust and waist dart on this piece and on this other piece are facing each other. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to go ahead and mark a straight line on this, on the center of this. Okay, the center between this piece and this piece. So guys, once I'm done getting this straight line, I will also go ahead and blend from this shoulder line to this point. Okay, so once I was done doing that, the next thing I'm going to do is to come to this line here and measure 1.5 inch on both sides. So I'll measure 1.5 inch. So I'll measure 1.5 inch to the right and to the left and mark. So once I was done doing that, I will go ahead and cut this out. So guys, once I was done cutting, this is what it looks like. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and set this front piece aside because we are done with it. Okay, I'll go ahead and set it aside. Then I'll grab my back panel. All right, so this is the back panel. The first thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and eliminate this dart here. So I'll go ahead and measure my dart. Here I have 1 inch, and I'll go ahead and measure the 1 inch on this side like so. So once I was done, I'll mark it through to this point. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out. So I've eliminated this dart here. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is to tighten my back. I'll measure 0.75 inch inwards like so. Then from this point here on this waistline, I will connect it straight towards the neckline. So once I was done, I will go ahead and cut it out. So this is my back panel, like so. So I will use my tape to hold these two together like this. So once I was done tightening my bag, the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and get the asymmetric neckline for the back panel. I will go ahead and use my pencil first, the same way I did for the front. Once I'm satisfied with the shape, I will go ahead and use my marker to mark that out. So guys, this is how the back neckline is looking like. I'll go ahead and cut it out. So guys, as you can see, I'm done with the upper part of the gown. This is the back and this is the front. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to set this aside and work on the skirt part. So guys, this is the skirt panel, this is the front panel. It's unfold, and this is the back panels. All right, I have two pieces for the back skirt. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is to open the front panel up like this. This skirt is a dartless skirt, like I totally eliminated the darts here. All right, so I'll open the center front up like this and grab the back panel, placing it side by side like this. Placing it side by side to the center front like this. Then I'll go ahead and use my tape to tape them down. So once I was done taping them down, this is what I have, as you can see. So the next thing I'm going to do is to come to the front panel. On the center front, I will be measuring 3.5 inches to the right, like so, and I'll go ahead and mark that through. Okay, so from this line here, I'll go ahead and slash through, dividing this pattern into two parts. All right, so dividing it into two, this is what I have. I will set one part aside and work on this other part. So first of all, from this point, I will measure 3 inches downwards. So after getting my 3 inches, I'll mark that, and from there, I'll be drawing my slash lines from this point towards this point. Okay. So guys, as you can see, I have a total of 4 lines here. All right, so I'll be slashing them through. So guys, I'm done slashing. This is what I have. I'll go ahead and do the same thing to this other part as well. Okay, I'll go ahead and measure 3 inches from this point downwards, and from there I'll be drawing my slash lines. So guys, as you can see, this is the two pieces together like this. I went ahead to spread it out, and I also placed a fresh pattern paper underneath them. Okay, so I went ahead to make sure that the distance from this point to the edge is equal to the distance from this point here to this other edge. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to place them like so, and I will go ahead and tape from the hem part here down to this point. Okay, down to this point. Remember, before spreading I measured 3 inches, and the 3 inches ended here on this point here. So I'll be taping from this point to the hem part. So guys, as you can see, this is what it looks like after taping. We now have one piece here. Okay, so this is our upper part. Like I said earlier, this is the front and this is the back. Okay, so in our next class we'll be learning how to transfer these pieces to our fabric, as well as learn how to stitch it down. All right, so guys, we finally come to the end of today's class. If you've watched this far, thank you so much. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and make sure to turn on your notification bell so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. Bye guys, see you in our next class.